I need you to keep your wits about you tonight. We have some incredibly important work to do. I've tracked something to this forest, and I need you to keep a sharp eye out. No, we're not gathering reagents. If only it were that simple. Something has escaped from my possession, and I want it back. Let me ask you something. How familiar are you with the concept of a wraith? A wraith is an incredibly powerful human spirit, filled with anger and malice. They often died through unspeakable means. But while they are extremely powerful creatures, it comes with a catch. You see, nothing can exist in our world without a physical form. Wraiths are tied to an object that belonged to them in life. A sort of anchor, if you will. If you can imagine a thread of energy tying the wraith to something like a wedding ring or a diary, just something that they had a profound emotional connection to. Well, for a long time I've been contemplating the idea of using a wraith as a weapon. They can turn invisible, they can pass through walls. They can steal any ingredient, kill any enemy. It'd be a very valuable ace to have up my sleeve. But you see, if you can track down the anchor of a wraith, you control the wraith. It's like holding the genie's bottle, so to speak. For you see, if that physical object is ever destroyed, they lose their tie to this world. You make them mortal again. You can threaten them, you can blackmail them, get them to do your bidding. That's what I sought out to accomplish. And I all but succeeded. Unfortunately, there's something I didn't account for. You see, these objects are so closely tied to the wraith that over time, energy starts to rub off on them. They soak in the residual power of the wraith that they are bound to. This gives them something that simulates consciousness. The closest thing I could possibly compare it to would be a homunculi in artificial life. It gains the will to stand and move on its own. The object almost becomes its own being in time. This usually only happens with powerful wraiths. And trust me, the one that I got was plenty powerful. I found her in Blackwell, a small town a few miles north of here. She died in a horrible agony, which just makes her that much stronger. As soon as her anchor escaped the lab, I knew we were in trouble. We have to track it down. Time is the only factor we have on our side. But you see, wraiths can only manifest every so often. I sent it on a difficult mission recently. It will be a few nights again before it has the power to take form. Once that happens, it can find its anchor instantly. It's drawn to it, bound to it. If it gets its anchor back, you and I could be in a great deal of trouble. It will want revenge for being manipulated. Both for the power that the wraith grants, And as a matter of self-preservation, I want that anchor back. We must find it before she does. Once we get it back to the lab, I can draw up an arcane circle of protection. It will stay bound inside of it. But first I have to find the thing. So keep a very sharp eye out. It's very small. It moves very fast. There may not be second chances. This is incredibly advanced, incredibly dark magic that we're dealing with. This might be my most ambitious experiment to date. But I'm positive it will pay off. Just so long as we keep our wits about us. I'm certain we can outsmart it. Have you seen anything? Neither have I. It's important that we don't lose ambition at this time. As a matter of fact, it is absolutely imperative that we stay optimistic. It must be found. It was clever of it to come into these woods. Many dark things have happened here. Did you hear that? I think it's nearby. As I said, keep a very sharp eye out. I know we're close. I can feel it in my blood. It's protecting itself from scrying magic, so I can't pinpoint it exactly. But I know it is somewhere in this forest. We have to be close. Wait. Don't startle it. Careful. That's it. All right. We may only get one shot at this. I need you to move around behind it and grab it. All right? Move around to the other side of the tree. Damn! I don't know where it got to. All right. We're going to have to split up. Time is of the essence. Make it count.